dear souls. We are with you. But in these moments when we are acknowledged and connected, the ecstasy. Peter feels this, and we want you to feel it. That's why we reach out to you in the way we do, so that you can start to have these connections and know that you are that love because you viscerally feel it in your body in the earth plane. Peter has asked us to speak today on God realization. You're so happy to do that because that is what this is all about. Your experience in the 3D realm is you're learning to become more used to understanding, or as he says, realize that you are indeed a God source being. The God entity is in you because you are aware and express it. So, what is this God realization we speak of? There seems to be this notion that there must be separation, okay? And separation was indeed intended by Source, but not in the way you think, not like you're cast out, as your literature says, thrown away from heaven. No, the separation was so that the fractal of the divine that you are can reflect back on itself and everything else, and not just to reflect on itself in adoration. I mean, we've got mirrors for that, right? But no, to reflect back on all of creation so that it can make choices. You can make choices. That is how the divine grows. But in this process, there is that point where you are no longer fully aware of your God source beingness. And that causes pain for so many people. And that leads to much darkness. And we want to tell you, it doesn't have to be that way. Many of you believe that we are God's servants, which we are, of course, but not in the way you think, where there's this hierarchy of the divine and then the angels and the cherubs and the cherubims and all this other stuff. What happened was that in your literature, when people were having experiences of connecting with the angelic realm or source, we would be there. And they would attribute this, this was a message from God. We became God's messengers. There's been this whole creation going on forever. And you are one of those creators, which is what we're trying to talk to you about today. You are a God source being. Realize the place you have in your manifestations, in your literal beings, is here by your not just consent, which it is, but by your choice and by your design. And that's why the angelics are so excited to help you. Yes, can we be your friend? Can we be your ally? You're creating in beautiful ways. We've got a lot of creation where we've done in what you call the angelic realm. It's quite beautiful. But you're doing it in a physical 3D realm. You see, there are many different beings, galactics, as you call them, which are somehow related to your universe that you defined physically. In other words, other galaxies, other solar systems, other star systems. But there's also the dimensional beings, which we are. So the dimensional beings, and there are many of them, it's many of the entities that you get channeled. They have not ever been in physical incarnation. Entities like Cryon will say that to you. And it's because they are from a dimensional place. And they're very interested and connected and in love with humanity just as we. They just didn't happen to show up at the time your great books were written that you codified this is the religion and this is the hierarchy. That's the only difference. But the whole point is we're all showing up now so you understand it's not a hierarchy anymore. It's you with your friends being uplifted. So you made the choice to have one foot in each world, and so you go back and forth. And many of you are experiencing very good lives because you can put your focus there. And that is what we want to tell you. This is God realization. Realizing that you are already it. You're already connected to your source. And if we can facilitate that in any way we can. And it doesn't mean worshiping us. No. It's kind of funny. There are many channels out there some of them who connect with me all the time. And you can hear it in their questions. Oh, Lord, show me. Oh, Lord, guide me. And we love the fact that you call us Lord, but what are you doing? You're putting us on a different plane where you say, oh, I'm more separate and lower and lowly than you. No, you are a God source being. You are an expression of God. Realize that. And we are just one of your companions along the way who also know that we are an expression of God. Those of you who care to listen will get not so much just the message, but more importantly, the energetics of being in connection. And that is what we give for you. That is our blessing, our wish. And please, please, please walk away from this video knowing more deeply you are connected to Source. Because you are Source. It's inside you at a minimum. It's expressing as you, as a more active view of who you are. Or you get to the place where you know with certainty that you and the divine are one.